here is isekais.
Okay.
Ooh, the contentious one, right? So, for those of you who don't know, in the 2010s, as anime became more popular, a certain genre got incredibly popularized, which is isekais. Isekais exist as a sort of meta-narrative where a character is often taken to a fantastical world and the story kind of goes from there. Authors do write it in different fashion, but because of the nature of isekais, there's been such an explosion of them that it has pretty much dominated the market up until recently.
There's definitely a saturation of isekais.
They are definitely in demand, and I do have a sort of mixed feeling on this, right? Like, people need to love what they love, and it has brought anime more to the West as a result of it, right? It's given
I think there's like where the person reincarnates as a fridge.
There's also humor in that, right? There's a lot of like concepts in that you can mess around with that, right?
Okay, maybe I'm not the target audience for isekais, but I like a lot of isekais. For example, there's
examples.
So, Beginning After the End, I like that. Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation.
Yeah.
It's really good. That Time I Reincarnated as a Slime.
Yeah.
It's really fun to watch. What else? Shield Hero, Tate no Yusha.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So there's quite a bit of isekais that I really like.
Yeah.
Because they are really well written. Right.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I think for me, the rule with an isekai for me is, are you exploring the opportunity of the world you're taking these characters to, right? Because what I find with lots of the isekais is that the focus is more on like almost D&D style elements, just like, this is a cool magic power or wizard, or this character can now blow up 15,000 villages because he has all this ability. Yeah. But then, which is funny because I do like that show where it's like, what's the name? What's the power where he goes like, I am. Do you know the show I'm talking about? I am. Either way,
I have no clue.
Doesn't matter.
You are losing me.
Generally, my point is that with isekai, it something like slime, right? The slime. It works because it's not really about the world in the sense of Rimuru going there. It's more about the political tensions between the monsters and the humans, and Rimuru's attempts to bring that into fruition.
I don't know, because he kind of created those tensions, right?
Yeah, but
he literally built a village for monsters. He's building the politics behind monsters. He's the one behind it all.
But that's my point. It's like Rimuru comes into this and going, okay, I'm already pretty much godlike, and we're not going to focus on that aspect of it. Like, we know I'm broken, right? The focus on it is
the world around it.
Yeah, it's like, how do I integrate these monsters into the world? And there's something fun and interesting about that.
The thing that I enjoy with isekais is the learning process that the characters go through, right? Not so much with Shield Hero or That Time I Reincarnated as a Slime. It's a bit different as well, because I think Reincarnated as a Slime, it's more of a comedic type of anime. So it has some action scenes, it has some heated moments, but I feel like it's more comedic other than anything else. Tate no Yusha, Shield Hero, it's a bit different, where I feel like there's a lot of tension between the character that it's summoned to that world and the world itself, where in the beginning he's discriminated against, nobody loves him, nobody likes him, and that whole story arc, the way that the world treats him, I think it's really interesting. Beginning After the End, the reason why I like it, it's because the introspection of the main character being a newborn into this new world, and now having to deal with external threats. And now he used to be a king, and now he's just a baby again, and going through that journey. So I like to see, if it's well written, I really like to see that journey. But I rather nowadays, for example, for comparison, I would rather watch Frieren, right?
Which just takes place in the world. It's not a transposition.
It doesn't. You're not really summoned into a whimsical, magical world. You are in a world of wizards, and now you're going along you're following Frieren's story, which I really enjoyed.
Well, I think that's also what I like about Frieren, and I'm hoping more authors move in this direction, where if you're gonna go through the effort of transporting this character to this world, why not just write the story in the world?
Yeah,
like
in the world
it's
itself.
like this whole transportation thing doesn't add a lot, and it also just takes away from the character development these characters could have in that universe.
Yeah, there's definitely an argument that some isekais are good, but there's a saturation of them that we don't really need, and there's a place and a time to actually do that type of genre.
Well, my personal favorite is definitely reverse isekais. Those are not as popular, but they've like there's one where I always forget the name of it. I'm really bad at anime names, guys. But like there's this uncle character.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's really funny and it really works because they really play off of this idea of like imagine just having broken ass powers in the world.
But again, I think maybe it's not catered for me because I'm not too big on comedic animes. I really like my action. I really like my
fights,
fight scenes and visuals, and because I think one of the biggest outlets for you to visually do something really cool is the drawing, is artwork, is anime, right? It's animation because it adds a lot of fluidity. Which you can't really do with CGI without sometimes looking really botchy, or in live action it's very hard, very expensive. And I like some Marvel movies, for example, because of it. They can do something cool with the visuals.
Yeah, they're spending billions to even get to that point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But with anime, it's so low budget in comparison,
Yeah,
and you get to see something really cool on screen.
Exactly.